Hello, my name's Ahmed. I'm a second year lawyer at Lady Margaret Hall. I'm originally Somali and I'm born and raised in North London, Tottenham. I went to a comprehensive secondary school. When I first got accepted into Oxford, my parents had mixed feelings. They were very proud of me. I was the first person to go to university in my family, so they all went around telling everyone. But they also were skeptical about going to Oxford. This was mainly for two reasons. Firstly, because of the location. It was quite far from London, and my parents would have wanted me to be closer to home. And then the second issue was that as Somalis, we are often Muslim, and my family is very religious, and they were very concerned if I'll be able to keep my religion and my faith intact whilst away and in a place that has little Muslim. Once I got my offer, I didn't have any social worries initially. I was just very excited about getting the offer, and it was something I wanted to do for quite a long time. Yeah, I didn't really have any social worries until the week before Freshers. And then it actually dawned on me that, okay, I will be living alone. I will be living in a place that I've never been to before, a place that isn't anything like London. That came forth with a lot of the issues that occur in places that aren't as multicultural, about whether I could fit in, whether I'd find people that are Muslim, whether I could find people that are black and working class, and that was a significant issue for me. I also had academic concerns about whether it was a place that I could thrive at and a place that I could feel comfortable learning in. Upon arriving at Oxford in Freshers Week, I found out that Oxford was in a lot of ways the way I thought it would be. It was very white. It had a lot of rich people. People suddenly didn't understand how I spoke or understood certain slang words that I seemed to use sometimes, and it was very difficult to fit in initially. But I also found out that I was surprised with the strong and vibrant community of ethnic minorities. What I realized was that there was societies that were able to cater for you, and that the Islamic Society and ACS and other societies were there where you could actually meet people that were very similar to you, and that was very rewarding. I've found out that I actually went to a really good college. I went to a college that had a large number of Muslims, and that was really beneficial. We had a prayer room, we had halal food, and our college was very accommodating. There was two main events that stood out for me as to why LMH was so accommodating for people. The first was the World at LMH, which allowed people to express their cultures and bring in food from a variety of places. And this was amazing, where you could have jerk chicken and then rice and curry and all sorts at a formal hall, and that was quite amazing. Secondly, another interesting thing is that LMH hosts the annual LMH Iftar, and that was really beneficial, where people during Ramadan are able to come in and go have a formal dinner at 8 p.m. and have food, cultural food, and almost celebrate Ramadan together, and that was quite nice. Both of these experiences made me feel at home and felt at ease. Even though a lot of people have never met a Muslim or have never met a black Muslim before, what I realized was that a lot of them wanted to know about my religion and wanted to know about my experiences, and it was more of curiosity rather than almost intolerance about other people. And I found that really beneficial, that I could actually speak to other people and learn about their differences in their experiences compared to mine. Although my college and Oxford do try and accommodate for people from different backgrounds, there's certainly more that Oxford could always do. I myself have had experiences which weren't the best, being stopped by the police at a certain point during my travels to my college was an issue, and also being stopped by porters and asked questions regarding why am I here. And these are unfortunate, and it's difficult to deal with, and it does happen, and it shouldn't happen. But whenever such incidences have occurred to me, I've always attempted to complain and speak to staff about it, and my college have always been accommodating to help understand my issues and help deal with them. So although Oxford can do more, my college especially tries to do what it can and be accommodating for the negative experiences that I may face. In terms of how to deal with issues of racial injustice in Oxford University, it is incredibly difficult, for a lot of the racism is historic and systemic. I have come up with about 3 solutions for what we could do in terms of dealing with the issues that we face. First of all, speak out. Whenever I've dealt with any issues racially, I've always spoken to staff and highlighted mistakes, whether that be of students or staff members. For example, when people came up to me and told me that they were being asked for ID by the porters, I spoke to members of the senior staff to see what we could deal with, and this led to having unconscious bias training, which has helped. Secondly, I think calling out. A lot of the time, what I've realized is that often racial issues or racism occur within colleges and are kept quiet, and often this has meant that people from other colleges aren't aware of the issues that are going on. So being vocal about the experiences that we face, as we are doing here, would be incredibly beneficial in bringing about awareness. And lastly, campaigning. I think campaigning is a very important part of having racial equality. As we've seen from recent Rose Must Fall movement, having campaigning for issues that BME people face would lead to positive changes, such as the removal or the hopeful removal of the Rose statue. And I think things along those lines are incredibly beneficial. Also, in addition to this, I think that a lot of the weight should be placed on the shoulders of our white allies for them to do more and to call out racism which they see within their own friendship groups. I'm not really positive about the ethnic diversity and the racial experiences of people within the BME community. I think it's incredibly problematic that any BME student should face any sort of racial injustice, and it's something that has to stop. However, I am hopeful that in the future things will change. Over the last few years, things have gotten better, even though this has been slow, and I think continuing to campaign and call out and speak out would be necessary in improving our experience.